Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Intimate Review. We've got another interview coming through. And this lady, of course, a sister from way back, and she's joining us here. On set, Jacqueline O, Amanfo, a.k.a. J.O.A. Jackie, what's good?
Let's see.
Right.
I didn't want to say that one. I didn't want to say that.
And I went to the best university.
Yes, please.
I always tell you that the best university is one from Cape Coast. Jackie, good to see you. How are you doing?
Good to see you too. I'm fine. And you?
Great. I'm okay. I'm good. Now, you have been working, for quite a while, and over the period on social media, we've been seeing you at events, even your social media, the kind of things you do on Facebook, blowing up. For you as a young gospel artist coming through, what are the lessons that you have drawn from possibly the persons or the people ahead of you, and using that in your ministry, those that are good, those that are not good, all of that?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm so grateful. God bless you so much. I think that one of the things that I've come to understand is that the sky is so huge for everybody to shine in there. And once it's not your time, definitely it will get to your time. So whilst nobody's getting to notice you, whilst nobody's getting to see you, keep on working. One day, when one of them picks up, people would have to go back and look at all the works.
True.
So if there is anything I've actually learned from the people ahead of us, some of the songs that we get to hear nowadays are songs that it's a little bit different from the old songs that we are used to.
Yeah.
But let's not also forget that these songs that are old were once not accepted because they were quite also different from what people were used to us at that time.
Yeah.
So so we are following the direction that God has given us, and we will be fine. We are not worried. We are okay.
I mean, for everybody, there's a story as to what they want to do.
Yeah.
So for you, venturing into music and more so in the gospel music space, what was it for you that you said, okay, I want to do gospel music?
Just like I'm saying, you have to. Music is about what you believe in.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a message. There's nothing like, I'm just singing. It's actually you communicating your emotions, you communicating what you believe in. So there is one thing that I've come to understand, and not that I don't really believe anything outside of church, but I believe that everything is centered around Jesus. So for me, choosing to preach about God through the talent that He has given to me is the best option for me. I'm just following what God has given to me. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Helen will be coming in with some of the questions also. But what's your music style like?
Sound.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was it like?
I would say it's a contemporary kind of gospel music. Even when I get to do the local songs and all that, there is still the contemporary style in there. I try to be myself, regardless of the genre I'm singing. So even if it's Afrobeat, whatever it is, R&B, or pure local gospel music, there is still the me in there. So I would say that, honestly, I don't really have a term that I would use to describe my style of music. But then I believe that I fit everywhere. Just taking into consideration the elements that contributes to make that genre. Yeah.
Okay. One of the unique things about you is your voice, right? I mean, viewers would think, the way she's little like that. Her voice is
dangerous.
Huge and dangerous. How do you, keep that in shape, and how do you make it unique to you so that when anybody hears your voice anywhere, whether on radio, on TV, somewhere, they'll know that this is Jacqueline?
Whilst I was coming up, I had a lot of people come in to help, to advise, to correct. Someone like Adledia. Yeah, she came in to help, and she made me understand that your tone, your songs, your music, your voice is unique. And in as much as you're trying to keep to originality, you also have to understand that it has to be in a refined state. So don't do what people are doing. Be you. Don't copy someone else's voice. Whilst you're coming up, the people that you usually listen to or the people that inspire you, sometimes if you don't take care, you'll be tempted to, sing like them. I've been there before where the person I was looking up to, it got to a time that, I would listen to myself and it sounded just like the person. But later I came to understand that the person can be used as a guideline, as a mentor.
Yeah.
But I am me. I am unique, and I have to let that stand out. But then I can follow the person's steps, as guidelines. Okay, so this one, don't do it like this. Once you have a program, you have to rehearse before you go. You have to do some vocal exercises. The song that you're going to sing, you have to keep on rehearsing it. Just be yourself. And I think over the years, coming in with a lot of choir rehearsals, UCC Mass Choir rehearsals and all that, Greg, Navadems, they put us in that place where you realize that music is not a joke as we think it is.
Yeah.
If you are performing live, you have to put in a lot of energy. It's you communicating a message to people. So, it's message in your melody, your skill, your excellence has to touch the person. So that's one thing over the years I've really worked on. Excellence. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can go on.
Excellence, taking advice from people and all that. And it has really been of help. So that's how, if I have to put anything out there, I send it to people to listen to it for me. Yeah.
From what you mentioned, we had a few people just recently on here who was talking about gospel music not necessarily being a genre, and that it's actually about what it contains, the message it carries. And it seems you more or less agree with that, because you're saying that you don't really fit in a genre. You don't really have a genre, but it's just
once, the world that we find ourselves in, right now, things are expanding. There are a lot of things being introduced. And I believe that when it comes to the preaching of the gospel, in as much as you want people to listen to you, it doesn't mean you should compromise on the message. It doesn't mean you should compromise on what you are preaching to people. It's about the presentation. So I would want to introduce my song to the world. I would want to introduce Jesus to the world. It doesn't necessarily mean I should change my content. It's just a presentation. So that comes with the genre, that comes with the video, that comes with the dressing, that comes with everything. So when I talk about dressing, it doesn't also mean I have to change my looks.
Yeah.
Just be you. But let's make sure that whatever you're doing is appealing.
Yeah.
But other gospel musicians compromising their message in order to suit the world?
I honestly believe that we are all growing. Okay? Even if you're a pastor, I'm sure the messages that you once preached, there'll be a time that you will go back, you listen to them, you would say that, there was something coming, you can't come here and say. But then, it's all good.
With that, just before you move on, if you say that, then which means that word of God was not coming from?
No, God. It's just like when I entered here, I went to the reception. It doesn't mean that once I've had access to this place, it doesn't mean that the reception I had access to was not part of this building. Just that, as you grow, the intimacy grows. When I get to someone's house, probably the first day you would sit at the hall. But whilst you are getting to know the person, there will be a time you would be introduced to the bedroom. So it's like that. And as we are growing, there are songs that definitely one day I will do it again. Not because of anything, but I feel that I've come to know better. So let me do it that way. It doesn't also mean I don't appreciate what I did. But, I have to start from class 1, then get to a particular place. So I wouldn't say that, they are really compromising, but I believe, as time goes on, they would learn more, and a lot of things will be introduced. Yeah.
Just before you get it, not to compare secular musicians to gospel musicians or anything, but we have a lot of them who have said that it's not easy being a female artist in that sector. How conducive is it for you as a gospel musician in this industry?
It's interesting that when God calls someone, there's a statement in the Bible that says according to. Whenever we use the word according to, it means that the word has already been written and we just have to refer to it. Okay, so it means that once the Lord has called you, according to the word of God, means that whatever you need, whatever information you need, whatever resources you need has been made available. So you just have to refer. At times, gender-wise, there are a lot of things that comes up as a lady. There are times you are not in the mood because of, hormonal, whatever. There are times that, the help is not there, even the strength is not really there. There are times that, people would choose a female artist over you.
A male artist over you?
A male artist over you. And yes, but sometimes the person feels, in terms of strength, the person can go out at night and come back. You're a lady coming back at night. Sometimes it's very dangerous and all that. And once you get to give birth and all that, coming back and it will be very difficult. But then we are trusting God to do more for us. We are depending solely on Him. Even when we are not producing, we are trusting God to still be relevant. Yeah, so that's what I believe in, that I don't really need to be producing to be relevant. Once the name Jacqueline O Amanfo is out there and the music is still on musical platforms online, I believe that people would still go back to it, or it will still pop up on the feeds of people, and they would still love what you are doing. And whenever you have to come back.
Then we can say that the male artists are pushing more than the female artists. It seems they are not pushing, and that's why things are the way they are.
No. We are pushing. We are really pushing. But just like I said, there are times that, women have their own attitude. Okay, I believe so. Be attitude.
Yeah.
So that the blend is there. Women are brought up in a different way in African countries. So about the and I think as time goes on, we really have to look at that and also let or many so that they can really push.
They can really push through. Let's just before we go, let's talk about your new song. And for you, your songs are characterized with love or by love. A lot of people say that. For this particular one, Don't Worry. Tell us the story about it.
Okay, Don't Worry came up. I had it in Cape Coast last year. I think I had a program on campus, and before the program, I was worried about something. So I slept, I fell into a trance, then I heard the song.
That's when the song came.
Yeah. So I just knew that the Lord was trying to let me understand something, that, He has everything under control and that I shouldn't worry. And initially, I had a couple of songs that I wanted to record that I felt that, some way, it fits into the Ghanaian community. I think, but I believe that God has a message that He would want us to preach in a particular time. Yeah, so I had to write the other part of the song. I didn't write it alone. My friends came together, each and everyone brought a word, and all that. And thanks to Reynolds, the gentleman, he helped with the production. He did the production, and that's how come the
Don't
song
Worry came about. Yeah. So it's out on all social media platforms.
Yeah,
and the video is also on YouTube. It came out this afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacqueline,
Thank
you so much for coming this afternoon. Too. And on all social media platforms, it's JOA.
No, it's Jacqueline O Amanfo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacqueline O Amanfo. Thank you for coming.
You handle your Instagram account?
Yes, please.
Okay. Your artworks are very nice.
Thank you very much.
Catchy.
Devon Graphics.
Yes,
God bless
I like
you so
it.
much.
The way you keep in touch with your fans.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Like he writes comments, reactions, and you post. Like, she's very good.
That's dope.
She's very good. She's very good.
Thank you so much.
All right, Nana. So that's it. Wait, Jacqueline, for
Yes, Jack. Thank you very, very much for coming.